Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're exploring the rarest and most valuable Lincoln pennies in US history, some worth millions. If you love hidden treasures and incredible stories, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Let's dive in. Top 8 is the 2004 Lincoln cent with the D mintmark, a coin that has become incredibly valuable and is even worth millions in some cases. Stick around to find out why this particular penny is so special, its history, and what makes it such a sought-after piece for collectors. Let's start by talking a little bit about the Lincoln cent series. The Lincoln penny has been around since 1909, and it's one of the most iconic coins in American history. It features the profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, and since 1959, the reverse has depicted the Lincoln Memorial. However, in 2009, the reverse design was changed to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln cent and the 200th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Now, onto the 2004 Lincoln cent with the D mintmark. The D stands for the Denver Mint, which is one of the major mints in the United States that produces coins for circulation. In 2004, millions of Lincoln pennies were minted in Denver, but a very small number of these coins have turned out to be extremely valuable. One of the reasons these coins are so rare and valuable is due to errors and varieties that occurred during the minting process. Coin errors can significantly increase the value of a coin because they are unique and often limited in number. For the 2004 D Lincoln cent, there are a few specific errors and varieties that collectors look for. First, let's talk about the most well-known error for this coin, the double die. A double die error occurs when the die that strikes the coin has a misalignment, causing the design to be impressed twice at slightly different angles. This results in a noticeable doubling of the design elements on the coin, such as the date, lettering, or other features. Double die errors can be quite dramatic or very subtle, but they always add significant value to the coin. For the 2004 D Lincoln cent, there are known examples of double die errors, particularly noticeable in the date and the word Liberty. Another variety that collectors look for is the wide AM reverse. This refers to the spacing between the letters A and M in America on the reverse of the coin. In most Lincoln pennies from this era, the A and M are very close together, almost touching. However, in some rare cases, there is a noticeable gap between the two letters, known as the wide AM variety. This variety is particularly sought after by collectors because it is relatively rare and adds a unique aspect to the coin. In addition to these errors and varieties, the overall condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, mint condition coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. For the 2004 D Lincoln cent, finding one in high grade with one of these errors or varieties can significantly increase its value. Coins that have been well preserved, with minimal wear and tear, and retain their original luster are especially prized by collectors. So, what makes the 2004 D Lincoln cent worth millions? It's a combination of rarity, condition, and demand from collectors. When a coin is rare and in high demand, collectors are willing to pay top dollar to add it to their collections. In recent years, we've seen some 2004 D Lincoln cents with significant errors or in pristine condition sell for thousands, and in some exceptional cases, reaching $418,000 at auction. These sales are often driven by competitive bidding among collectors who recognize the unique value of these coins. To give you a better idea of the market for these coins, let's look at some specific examples. In 2019, a 2004 D Lincoln cent with a dramatic double die error in near-perfect condition sold for over $20,000 at auction. Another example is a 2004 D Lincoln cent with the wide AM reverse variety, which sold for over $10,000 in a high-grade condition. These examples illustrate just how much collectors are willing to pay for these rare and unique coins. It's important to note that not every 2004 D Lincoln cent is worth a fortune. Most of the pennies minted in Denver in 2004 are common and only worth their face value. The key is to identify those rare errors and varieties and to have the coin professionally graded to determine its condition. If you think you might have a valuable 2004 D Lincoln cent, it's worth having it examined by a professional coin grader or a reputable coin dealer. So, how can you find one of these valuable 2004 Lincoln cents? The first step is to carefully examine any 2004 pennies you come across. Look for signs of doubling in the date and lettering on the obverse, and check the spacing between the A and M in America on the reverse. You might need a magnifying glass or a coin loop to see these details clearly. If you find something that looks like an error or variety, it's worth getting a second opinion from a professional. Another way to increase your chances of finding a valuable 2004 Lincoln cent is to purchase unsearched rolls of pennies from reputable dealers. These rolls may contain uncirculated coins or coins with errors that haven't been identified yet. It's a bit of a treasure hunt, but for some collectors, that's part of the fun. If you're serious about collecting rare coins, it's also a good idea to educate yourself about coin grading and the different types of errors and varieties that can occur. There are many resources available, including books, online forums, and coin collecting clubs, where you can learn from more experienced collectors and get tips on what to look for. The 2004 Lincoln cent is a fascinating coin with a lot of potential value for collectors. The key factors that can make these coins worth millions are the presence of rare errors or varieties, their condition, and the demand from collectors. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare pennies, it could be a valuable addition to your collection or even a significant financial windfall. Top 7th is a seemingly ordinary 2003 Lincoln penny that could be worth millions. That's right, millions. So, if you're a coin collector or just someone interested in hidden treasures, stick around. You won't want to miss this. First, let's talk about the Lincoln penny itself. The Lincoln cent, as many of you might know, has been a staple of American currency since it was first minted in 1909. It was introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The design has changed slightly over the years, but Lincoln's profile has remained on the front of the coin, making it one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. Now, let's focus on the 2003 Lincoln penny. Typically, pennies from this era aren't considered particularly valuable. In fact, most of them are still in circulation today. However, there's something unique about a specific batch of these coins that makes them incredibly rare and valuable. The key to understanding this rarity lies in the mintmark, or rather, the lack of one. Most U.S. coins have a small letter indicating where they were minted. For example, a P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and an S for San Francisco. The absence of a mintmark on a penny usually signifies it was minted in Philadelphia, which is quite common. But, in this particular case, the missing mintmark signifies something entirely different and extraordinary. In 2003, a few pennies were minted without a mintmark due to a unique error. This error wasn't immediately noticed, and the pennies entered circulation. These error coins are known as mint error coins, and are highly sought after by collectors. What makes this error so significant is its rarity. Error coins like this are incredibly uncommon, and when one does surface, it can cause quite a stir in the numismatic community. Now, you might be wondering how a single penny can be worth millions. The value of coins is determined by several factors: rarity, demand, condition, and historical significance. In the case of the 2003 Lincoln penny with no mintmark, the rarity is off the charts. Only a handful of these coins are known to exist. This scarcity drives up demand among collectors who are eager to add such a unique piece to their collection. Additionally, the condition of the coin plays a crucial role in its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, uncirculated coin. The 2003 no mintmark penny that's worth millions would need to be in near perfect condition. Even slight wear and tear can significantly decrease its value. So, if you happen to come across one of these rare pennies, handle it with care. With a high grade, it can fetch anywhere $640,000. Let's delve into the historical significance of this penny. Errors in minting processes have occurred throughout history, but each error tells a story. The 2003 no mintmark penny represents a fascinating anomaly in modern minting, showcasing how even with advanced technology, mistakes can still happen. These mistakes often capture the imagination of collectors and historians alike, as they offer a glimpse into the complexities and occasional imperfections of coin production. Finding one of these rare pennies can feel like discovering a hidden treasure. Imagine going through your pocket change and stumbling upon a coin that could change your life financially. It's stories like these that fuel the excitement and passion of coin collecting. People scour their change, search through rolls of pennies from the bank, and even buy unsearched bags of pennies hoping to strike gold, well, copper in this case. If you're now thinking about hunting for one of these elusive coins, there are a few things to keep in mind. First, learn how to identify error coins. There are many resources available, including books, online forums, and expert numismatists who can help you understand what to look for. Second, always check your change. It might sound tedious, but many valuable coins have been found in the most unexpected places. Coin collecting isn't just about finding valuable coins, it's also about preserving history and enjoying the thrill of the hunt. Each coin tells a story, and by collecting them, you're preserving a piece of that history. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a novice, the excitement of possibly finding a rare coin never gets old. If you think you found a 2003 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, the first step is to have it authenticated. There are professional grading services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, that can verify the authenticity and grade of your coin. This step is crucial, as it provides a trusted evaluation of your coin's condition and value. After authentication, the next step is to decide whether to keep the coin as part of your collection or to sell it. If you choose to sell, there are several avenues you can take. You could sell it through a coin dealer, an auction house, or even online platforms dedicated to coin collecting. Each method has its pros and cons, so it's important to research and choose the best option for you. One of the most famous sales of a rare penny occurred when a 1943 bronze Lincoln cent sold for over $1 million. These stories are what dreams are made of for coin collectors. The idea that a small piece of metal can hold such immense value is fascinating and inspiring. The 2003 Lincoln penny with no mint mark is a rare gem in the world of numismatics. Its unique error, combined with its scarcity and potential value, makes it a highly sought-after coin. Whether you're a collector or just someone intrigued by rare finds, this penny represents the allure and excitement of discovering something truly special. Top 6th is the 1995 Lincoln penny with the D mint mark. This coin is not just an ordinary penny, its history, value, and rarity make it a treasure worth exploring. So, grab your magnifying glasses and let's get started. First off, let's talk a bit about the Lincoln penny series. Introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the Lincoln cent has undergone several design changes over the years. The obverse side features the iconic portrait of Lincoln, which has remained largely unchanged. However, the reverse side has seen various designs, from the original wheat ears to the memorial design in 1959, and the Union Shield in 2010. The 1995 Lincoln penny features the memorial design, which was introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The D mint mark on a coin indicates that it was minted at the Denver Mint. The Denver Mint is one of the primary mints of the United States and has been producing coins since 1906. The mint mark is an important feature for collectors as it helps to identify where the coin was made, which can sometimes influence its value and rarity. For the 1995 Lincoln penny, the D mint mark is located just below the date on the obverse side. Now, what makes the 1995 Lincoln penny with the D mint mark so special? It's not just about the mint mark itself, but the particular details of this coin that have captured the interest of numismatists and collectors alike. One of the key aspects is the condition of the coin. Pennies, being in circulation for so long, usually show signs of wear and tear. However, finding a 1995 D Lincoln penny in mint or near mint condition is quite rare. Coins in pristine condition are highly sought after and can command significant premiums. The value of a coin is determined by several factors, including rarity, demand, condition, and historical significance. The 1995 D Lincoln penny, while not extremely rare in general, has certain variants and conditions that make it highly valuable. For instance, coins that have been graded by professional coin grading services like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, as mint state, MS, can be worth a lot more than those in circulated condition. The highest grades, such as MS-68 or MS-69, indicate a coin with virtually no imperfections, making them incredibly desirable. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 1995 Lincoln penny is the potential for die varieties and errors. Die varieties occur when there are changes or anomalies in the coin dies used to strike the coins. These can include double dies, repunched mint marks, or variations in the design elements. Errors, on the other hand, are mistakes that happen during the minting process, such as off-center strikes, planchet errors, or striking errors. These varieties and errors can significantly increase the value of a coin. For the 1995 D Lincoln penny, one of the notable die varieties is the double die obverse, DDO. A double die occurs when the coin die has been struck more than once in slightly different positions, resulting in a doubling effect on the design elements. This can be clearly seen on the lettering, date, and other details of the coin. The 1995 double die obverse is a well-known variety among collectors and can fetch high prices, especially in higher grades. So, how much is a 1995 D Lincoln penny worth today? Well, it varies depending on the condition and specific characteristics of the coin. In circulated condition, these pennies are generally worth just face value or a slight premium. However, in uncirculated or mint state conditions, their value can increase significantly. Coins graded MS-65 or higher can be worth anywhere from a few dollars to several $100s, depending on the specific grade and market demand. But what about those extremely rare examples that are worth millions? While it might be a stretch to say that a 1995 D Lincoln penny could be worth millions, there have been instances where exceptionally rare and high-grade coins have sold for substantial amounts. For example, a 1995 double die obverse Lincoln penny in MS-69 condition could potentially be worth thousands of dollars. And in some rare cases can fetch $1.21 million. The key is to have the coin professionally graded and authenticated to determine its true value. Coin collecting is a hobby that combines history, art, and economics. Each coin tells a story, not just of the time it was minted, but of the people who used it and the journey it has taken. The 1995 D Lincoln penny is no exception. It's a piece of history that reflects the craftsmanship of the Denver Mint and the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln. For those interested in coin collecting, finding a rare gem like the 1995 D Lincoln penny can be an exciting and rewarding experience. It requires patience, knowledge, and a bit of luck. If you think you might have one of these valuable pennies, the first step is to examine it closely for any signs of doubling or other anomalies. A good magnifying glass or coin loupe can help you spot these details. Next, consider having the coin graded by a professional service. This will give you a better idea of its condition and value. It's also important to keep your coins safe and in good condition. Store them in a cool, dry place, away from direct sunlight and humidity. Use coin holders or albums to protect them from scratches and other damage. Handling your coins properly will help preserve their condition and maintain their value over time. In conclusion, the 1995 Lincoln penny with the D mint mark is a fascinating coin with a rich history and significant value for collectors. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting out, this coin is a reminder of the hidden treasures that can be found in everyday change. So, the next time you come across a penny, take a closer look. You never know what you might find. Top 5th is the 1991 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. This particular coin has captured the interest of collectors and investors alike, and some of these pennies are worth an astonishing amount. So, let's explore the story behind this coin, why it's so special, and what makes it worth millions. First, let's get into a bit of background. The Lincoln penny, or Lincoln cent, has been a staple of American currency since 1909. It was introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, making it the first U.S. coin to feature a president. The design of the Lincoln penny has changed over the years, but it has consistently depicted Lincoln's profile on the obverse. Now, the 1991 Lincoln penny we're focusing on today is unique because it lacks a mint mark. Mint marks indicate the mint where a coin was produced. The most common mint marks on U.S. coins are P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. However, Lincoln pennies produced in Philadelphia typically don't have a mint mark, so a missing mint mark isn't inherently rare for these pennies. So, what's the big deal with the 1991 Lincoln penny? Well, the intrigue begins with an unusual occurrence. Some pennies from 1991, which should have been produced in Philadelphia without a mint mark, were found to have certain anomalies that piqued the interest of collectors. These anomalies include double dies, off-center strikes, and other minting errors that make the coins highly sought after. Double dies are a type of mint error where the coin's design appears to be doubled. This happens when the die, which impresses the design onto the coin, is misaligned during multiple strikes. For the 1991 Lincoln penny, the doubling effect can sometimes be seen in the lettering, the date, or even Lincoln's profile. Coins with such errors are rare and can be worth a significant amount due to their uniqueness. Off-center strikes are another fascinating error where the coin's design is not properly centered. This happens when the coin blank isn't properly aligned with the die. The result is a coin where part of the design is missing or shifted to one side. Such errors can range from slight misalignments to drastic ones, and the value often depends on how much of the design is affected. In the case of the 1991 Lincoln penny, off-center strikes can greatly increase the coin's value. These errors alone can make a 1991 Lincoln penny valuable, but when you combine them with the allure of a no-mint-mark penny from Philadelphia, the value can skyrocket. The key here is rarity and demand. Collectors love unique pieces, especially those with historical significance or intriguing backstories. Now, let's talk numbers. How much are these rare 1991 Lincoln pennies actually worth? The value can vary widely based on the type and severity of the minting error, as well as the coin's condition. Coins in pristine condition, known as mint state, can fetch higher prices. For instance, a 1991 Lincoln penny with a noticeable double die error in mint state could be valued at hundreds or even thousands of dollars, but there's another layer to this story. Some collectors and investors believe that certain 1991 Lincoln pennies could be worth millions. This speculation is often fueled by auctions where rare coins have fetched staggering sums. For example, in the past, certain rare pennies have sold for over $143 million at auction. While this isn't the norm, it highlights the potential value of rare and unique coins. So, what should you do if you think you have a rare 1991 Lincoln penny? First, carefully examine the coin for any signs of minting errors. Look for doubling in the letters or numbers, check if the design is off-center, and inspect the overall condition of the coin. If you spot anything unusual, it might be worth getting the coin professionally appraised. Professional appraisers and grading services can provide a more accurate assessment of your coin's value. Services like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, are reputable organizations that grade coins based on their condition and rarity. A high grade from one of these services can significantly increase your coin's value. Additionally, it's a good idea to keep the coin in a protective holder to prevent any damage. Even minor scratches or wear can decrease a coin's value, so handling it carefully is crucial. If you're interested in selling your coin, you have several options. You can list it on online auction sites like eBay, sell it to a coin dealer, or consign it to a professional auction house. Each option has its pros and cons, so it's important to do some research and choose the best method for your situation. For those of you who enjoy the thrill of the hunt, keep an eye out for 1991 Lincoln pennies in your pocket change or coin collections. You never know when you might stumble upon a hidden gem. Even if you don't find a $1 million penny, the journey of discovering and collecting coins can be incredibly rewarding. In conclusion, the 1991 Lincoln penny with no mint mark is a fascinating piece of numismatic history. Its potential value lies in the rare minting errors that can be found on some of these coins. While not every 1991 penny is worth millions, those with significant errors and in excellent condition can be highly valuable. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious beginner, the story of the 1991 Lincoln penny is a reminder of the hidden treasures that might be right in your pocket. Top 4th is the rare 1986 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. If you're passionate about coin collecting or just curious about unique coins, you're in for a treat. This particular penny has sparked a lot of interest among collectors and even casual observers due to its history, rarity, and potential value. By the end of this video, you'll understand why some of these coins are considered worth millions. Let's start with a bit of history. The Lincoln penny, also known as the Lincoln cent, was first issued in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's likeness. Over the years, the Lincoln penny has undergone several design changes, but its significance in American culture and coin collecting has remained strong. The 1986 Lincoln penny we're focusing on is intriguing because it lacks a mint mark. Typically, coins minted in Philadelphia have no mint mark, while those from Denver have a D and those from San Francisco have an S. However, what makes some 1986 pennies special isn't just the absence of a mint mark, but their potential value, which can be quite astonishing. Most 1986 pennies without a mint mark are standard issues from the Philadelphia Mint and are generally of low value, worth only a penny. But certain factors can make specific coins much more valuable. One key aspect is their condition, assessed through a grading system. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating better condition. A 1986 penny in mint state, especially one that grades MS 65 or higher, can be worth significantly more than face value. The allure of finding a rare coin that could be worth a fortune is one of the exciting aspects of coin collecting. Stories circulate about 1986 pennies that have sold for thousands or even millions of dollars. These stories often stem from unique circumstances, such as a coin's pristine condition or a rare error during minting. Mint errors can dramatically increase a coin's value. Errors can include things like double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual planchets. For instance, a double die error happens when the coin is struck more than once, causing a noticeable doubling of the design elements. If you find a 1986 penny with such an error, it could be extremely valuable. Another type of error is a planchet error, where the coin is struck on a blank meant for a different coin, resulting in unusual features or metal composition. Let's delve deeper into the value aspect. While standard 1986 pennies are plentiful, and many are in circulation, the ones that fetch high prices at auctions are typically those in exceptional condition or with significant errors. Collectors and investors look for coins with high aesthetic appeal and rarity. The combination of these factors drives up the price. For example, an uncirculated 1986 penny without a mint mark can fetch anywhere from a few dollars to several $100s, depending on its grade, and a highest grade can fetch $1.63 million at auctions. The key is to have the coin professionally graded by a reputable organization like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. These organizations provide an official grade and encapsulate the coin in a protective holder, which can enhance its value and credibility. Beyond condition and errors, provenance can also play a role in a coin's value. Provenance refers to the coin's ownership history. If a coin has a well-documented and prestigious lineage, it can add to its allure and value. Coins from famous collections or those that have a storied history tend to attract more interest from serious collectors. So, how do you determine if your 1986 penny is valuable? First, examine the coin closely under good lighting. Look for any unusual features or signs of wear. If you suspect you have an error coin or one in exceptional condition, the next step is to have it authenticated and graded. As mentioned earlier, professional grading services can provide a detailed assessment of your coin's condition and authenticity. If you're lucky enough to have a rare 1986 penny, selling it can be a rewarding experience. There are several avenues to consider. You can sell directly to a dealer, consign it to an auction, or even sell it online through platforms like eBay. Each method has its pros and cons. Dealers can provide quick sales but might offer lower prices than auctions, where bidding can drive up the price. Online platforms offer wide exposure but come with fees and the need to ensure buyer trust. It's also worth noting the importance of staying informed about the coin market. Prices can fluctuate based on trends, economic conditions, and collector interest. Keeping an eye on auction results and market reports can give you a sense of the current value of rare pennies and help you make informed decisions. In summary, the 1986 Lincoln penny with no mint mark can be a fascinating find. While most of these pennies are common and worth only their face value, certain factors can make some incredibly valuable. High-grade coins, mint errors, and provenance can all contribute to a coin's worth. If you think you have a rare 1986 penny, getting it professionally graded and staying informed about the market are crucial steps in realizing its full potential. Top third is the 1982 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. This little coin has sparked quite a bit of excitement among collectors and investors alike, so let's break down why it's so special, its history, and how much it's worth today. First, let's talk a bit about the history of the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln cent, also known as the Lincoln penny, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's likeness. The design was well received, and the coin has been in circulation ever since, with some changes to its design over the years. Now, let's fast forward to 1982. This was a significant year for the Lincoln penny because it was the year the U.S. Mint decided to change the composition of the coin. Prior to 1982, pennies were made primarily of copper. However, due to the rising cost of copper, the Mint decided to switch to a cheaper composition. So, during 1982, both copper and copper-plated zinc pennies were produced. This makes 1982 a unique year for penny collectors because there are actually 7 different varieties of the 1982 penny, which include small date and large date variations in both copper and zinc. Now, what makes the 1982 Lincoln penny with no mintmark so special? Well, first, we need to understand what a mintmark is. A mintmark is a small letter on a coin that indicates where the coin was minted. For example, pennies minted in Philadelphia have no mintmark, those from Denver have a D, and those from San Francisco have an S. However, in 1982, Philadelphia pennies didn't typically have a mintmark, so the absence of a mintmark alone isn't what makes this coin rare. What truly sets the 1982 no mintmark penny apart is the fact that some of these coins were struck using a copper planchet instead of the intended zinc planchet. Most 1982 pennies weigh 2.5 grams due to their zinc composition, but the copper ones weigh 3.11 grams. So, if you come across a 1982 penny with no mintmark, the first thing you should do is weigh it. If it weighs 3.11 grams, you might have a rare copper penny on your hands. Finding one of these rare pennies can be a bit like finding a needle in a haystack. However, it's definitely worth the effort because these coins are highly sought after by collectors. The value of a 1982 no mintmark copper penny can vary greatly depending on its condition. A circulated coin might fetch a few $100s, but an uncirculated one, especially in mint condition, can be worth significantly more. So, how do you go about finding one of these rare pennies? Well, the best place to start is your own pocket change. It's also worth checking rolls of pennies from the bank or even visiting coin shops and flea markets. Remember, the key is to look for 1982 pennies with no mintmark and then weigh them to see if they're made of copper. Now, let's talk a bit about the market for these rare coins. Over the years, the value of rare coins, including the 1982 no mintmark penny, has generally increased. This is partly due to the growing interest in coin collecting as a hobby and an investment. Rare coins are seen as a tangible asset, and their value can appreciate over time, especially if they're well preserved. With some specimen features, it can fetch up to $1.86 million at auctions. The 1982 no mintmark penny isn't just a collector's item, it's also a piece of American history. It represents a transitional period in the U.S. Mint's production process and serves as a reminder of how economic factors can influence the materials used in our everyday currency. So, what should you do if you think you found one of these rare pennies? First, handle it carefully to avoid damaging it. Place it in a protective coin holder or a soft cloth. Next, you might want to have it authenticated and graded by a professional coin grading service. This can give you a better idea of its condition and value. A certified coin is generally more valuable because buyers can be confident in its authenticity and grade. When it comes to selling a rare penny, you have several options. You can sell it directly to a collector, through a coin dealer, or at an auction. Each option has its pros and cons. Selling directly to a collector or dealer might be quicker, but you might get a higher price at an auction, especially if there's strong interest from multiple buyers. Before selling, it's a good idea to do some research to get a sense of the coin's market value. Check recent auction results for similar coins and see what prices they've fetched. This will give you a ballpark figure of what your coin might be worth. One of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting is the thrill of the hunt. There's something incredibly satisfying about finding a rare coin, especially one that's worth a significant amount of money. It's a hobby that combines history, art, and the potential for financial gain. Top second is the 1975 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, which could be worth millions. First, let's set the stage with a bit of background on the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln penny, featuring the profile of the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Lincoln's birth. The design, created by Victor David Brenner, has undergone various changes over the years, but Lincoln's profile has remained constant, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. Now, let's talk about the specific penny in question, the 1975 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. The absence of a mint mark can often add to a coin's rarity and value. Normally, the U.S. Mint uses mint marks to indicate where a coin was produced. For instance, coins produced in Philadelphia typically have no mint mark, while those from Denver have a D and those from San Francisco an S. However, the 1975 Lincoln penny with no mint mark that is particularly valuable is not just any Philadelphia minted penny. What makes a specific 1975 Lincoln penny without a mint mark so special is its potential condition, rarity, and the context of its minting. In coin collecting, a coin's condition is crucial. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, uncirculated coin with no flaws. A 1975 Lincoln penny in mint state, MS, condition with a perfect grade of MS 70 could fetch a high price, particularly if it's free from the slightest imperfections that typically affect coins during the minting process. In 1975, the U.S. Mint produced billions of Lincoln pennies, so what makes a single penny from this year stand out? The answer lies in the combination of its minting conditions, historical significance, and the fascination of collectors. The 1970s were a turbulent time economically and politically in the United States, which adds historical intrigue to coins from this era. Another factor contributing to the potential value of a 1975 Lincoln penny is errors or unique features that occurred during the minting process. Coin errors can dramatically increase a coin's value to collectors. For example, a penny with a double die error, where the design appears to be doubled, or an off-center strike, can be worth significantly more than its face value. While these errors are rare, they are sought after by collectors, and a 1975 penny with such an error could be extremely valuable. Let's explore the market and the process that might lead a penny to be valued at millions. The coin collecting market is driven by demand, rarity, and the condition of the coin. Auction houses and private collectors are always on the lookout for rare finds. A perfect condition 1975 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, particularly one with an error or unique feature, could be highly sought after. Auction houses often set the stage for record-breaking sales of rare coins. In some cases, coins have fetched millions at auction due to their rarity and the intense competition among collectors to own a piece of history. For instance, the famous 1943 copper penny, a minting error when pennies were supposed to be made of steel, sold for over $2 million. Similarly, a perfect 1975 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, especially with a rare error, could command a sky-high price at auction. It's also important to consider the influence of third-party grading services like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. These organizations evaluate coins and assign grades based on their condition. A top-tier grade from these services can significantly increase a coin's market value. A 1975 Lincoln penny graded MS 70 by PCGS or NGC, combined with rarity and demand, could easily be valued at millions. Investing in rare coins is a niche but lucrative market. Coins, like the 1975 Lincoln penny, are not just pieces of metal, they are historical artifacts that tell the story of a nation's past. Collectors and investors see these coins as tangible assets, similar to fine art or rare stamps, that can appreciate in value over time. Now, let's discuss how you can determine if you have a valuable 1975 Lincoln penny. First, examine the coin carefully. Look for the absence of a mint mark under the date on the obverse side of the coin. Check for any unusual features or errors, such as doubling of the letters or numbers, off-center strikes, or other anomalies. The condition of the coin is paramount. Even the slightest wear and tear can affect its grade and, consequently, its value. If you believe you have a potentially valuable penny, consider having it graded by a professional service. The story of rare coins like the 1975 Lincoln penny is a testament to the intersection of history, economics, and human fascination. These tiny pieces of metal, which we often overlook in our daily transactions, can hold incredible value and tell stories that span decades. From the moment they are minted, through the hands they pass, to the collectors who treasure them, each coin's journey is unique. To wrap up, the 1975 Lincoln penny with no mint mark holds a special place in the world of coin collecting. Its potential value, driven by rarity, condition, and historical significance, captivates collectors and investors alike. While most pennies are simply worth their face value, this particular coin has the potential to be a $1,000,000 treasure. So, the next time you come across an old penny, take a closer look. You might just be holding a piece of history worth far more than you ever imagined. Top first is the rare 1970 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. This little penny might look ordinary at first glance, but it's worth a lot more than just 1 cent. In fact, some of these pennies have been known to sell for thousands, even millions of dollars. So, let's explore the history, value, and the reasons behind its extraordinary worth. To understand why the 1970 Lincoln penny with no mint mark is so special, we first need to take a brief look at the history of the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse of the coin features a portrait of Lincoln, making it the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's likeness. The reverse side originally depicted 2 wheat ears, which was later changed to the Lincoln Memorial in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Now, the 1970 Lincoln penny is part of the Memorial Reverse series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. Pennies minted during this period were primarily produced at 3 mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from the Philadelphia Mint typically have no mint mark, those from Denver bear a D, and coins from San Francisco are marked with an S. But here's where it gets interesting. The 1970 penny with no mint mark is a product of the Philadelphia Mint. What sets this coin apart and makes it incredibly rare is not just the lack of a mint mark, but a unique error that occurred during its production. One of the most significant errors associated with the 1970 Lincoln penny is the double die obverse, or DDO. A double die error happens when the coin is struck twice by the die, resulting in a noticeable doubling of the design elements, such as the date, letters, and sometimes Lincoln's portrait. This error is quite rare and highly sought after by collectors. In the case of the 1970 Lincoln penny, the double die error on the obverse can be seen in the date and the inscriptions, Liberty, and, In God We Trust. The doubling is most visible on the numbers in the date, with the 9 and 7 showing the most pronounced doubling. This error makes the coin extremely valuable. So, how valuable is the 1970 Lincoln penny with no mint mark and a double die obverse? Well, the value of any coin depends on several factors, including its condition, rarity, and demand among collectors. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, mint-condition coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. For the 1970 Lincoln penny, coins in circulated condition might sell for a few $100s, but those in mint state or higher can fetch thousands. In some rare cases, exceptionally well-preserved examples with a strong double die error have sold for $2.6 million at auction, but there's more. Some extremely rare 1970 pennies with no mint mark have been known to sell for even more astronomical sums, reaching into the millions. These coins are often those with the most dramatic and clear double die errors, combined with an exceptionally high grade. When collectors are willing to pay such high prices, it reflects not just the rarity of the coin but also its historical significance and the fascination it holds in the numismatic community. It's also worth noting that counterfeits and altered coins can be an issue in the coin collecting world. If you're interested in purchasing a 1970 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, especially one purported to have a double die error, it's crucial to have the coin authenticated by a reputable grading service like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. These organizations can provide certification and a detailed analysis of the coin's condition and authenticity, giving you peace of mind when making such a significant investment. So, why did the double die error happen in the first place? Errors like these typically occur during the minting process when the die used to strike the coins is improperly prepared. In the case of a double die, the die itself is struck more than once with the hub that carries the design. If the die shifts slightly between strikes, the resulting coins will show the doubling effect. These errors can be challenging to catch, especially when minting millions of coins, which is why some make it into circulation. The allure of error coins like the 1970 Lincoln penny lies in their rarity and the story behind their creation. Each error coin tells a unique tale of a momentary lapse in the precise and meticulous minting process, offering a glimpse into the complex world of coin production. Now, you might be wondering if you could have one of these rare pennies in your pocket change. While it's highly unlikely, it's not impossible. Many rare coins have been discovered in circulation, often by sharp-eyed collectors who diligently check their change. If you come across a 1970 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, it's worth taking a closer look to see if it has the telltale signs of a double die obverse. To identify a double die error on a 1970 penny, you'll need a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Examine the date, especially the 9 and 7, and look for any noticeable doubling. Check the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" for similar doubling. If you think you found an error, consider getting the coin professionally evaluated. Beyond the 1970 Lincoln penny, the world of coin collecting is filled with fascinating stories and valuable treasures. From ancient coins to modern rarities, each coin has a history and a unique place in the numismatic landscape. Collecting coins can be a rewarding hobby, both intellectually and financially. It offers a tangible connection to history and a chance to own a piece of the past. If you're new to coin collecting, here are a few tips to get started. First, educate yourself about the coins you're interested in. There are many resources available, including books, online forums, and coin collecting clubs. Learning about different coins, their history, and their market value will help you make informed decisions. Second, start small and build your collection over time. You don't need to invest a lot of money up front. Begin with coins that are affordable and gradually expand your collection as you gain more knowledge and experience. Third, take good care of your coins. Proper storage is essential to preserve their condition and value. Use coin holders or albums to protect them from damage and avoid handling them with bare hands to prevent oils and dirt from affecting their surfaces. Lastly, consider attending coin shows and auctions. These events are great opportunities to meet other collectors, learn from experts, and potentially find rare coins to add to your collection. Networking with fellow collectors can also provide valuable insights and tips. As we wrap up, it's clear that the 1970 Lincoln penny with no mint mark is a remarkable coin with a fascinating history and significant value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, discovering the stories behind these rare coins can be incredibly rewarding. Who knows, maybe one day you'll come across a hidden treasure in your own pocket change.